Okay guys, in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to create an isometric sketch using a construction box. So we're going to start with object 1 from activity 2.1. I'm going to use gray to designate construction line boxes, but I'm actually going to start with red to pick some points. So the first thing that you want to do is to get the overall dimensions of your object. So if I want to find the overall width, which is in this direction, okay, I want to count the number of spaces of the blocks. So starting here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. But I don't want to forget that I also have this section back here that extends one more over. So my overall width is 6. Okay? My overall height and depth are a little bit easier. I can look at the tallest point of the object right here, and I can count 1, 2, 3. So my overall height is 3. My overall depth, extending back along this line, is again 1, 2, 3. So my depth is 3. So I want to make a box that is 6 by 3 by 3. So I'm going to start with my first point right here. That's going to be like the top of my construction box. So first I'm going to do the width. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then I'm going to do so that was starting from right here and extends all the way to the right. Then I want my depth, which is 3. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll do the same thing from the other dot. So this represents, these 4 dots represent the top of my construction box. After that, all I need to add is the height. So if I go 1, 2, 3 from each of my dots, 1, 2, 3. That'll give me basically the outline of my construction box, and all I need to do at this point is connect the dots. Okay? So I'm going to cheat and use my line tool, which would be the equivalent of you guys using a straight edge. So that's a ruler. So if you guys need to quietly get a straight edge, you may. That's right, YouTube. This is live in class. Coming at you. Enough, Robert. Okay? So I'm going to use my construction box. However many years I used this video, Robert, I will now remember you as the one I had to make you quiet. Oh, it was Ayush? No. Oh, man. All right. So, guys, there is my construction box, okay, for this object. So now what I want to do is I can start filling in my object lines. So object lines are darker. Okay, so I'm going to switch my color to black for this one. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to fill in the edges of my box. So the parts that are touching the edge of the box. So I'll start with my front view, which is this section right here that I'm outlining. So I'm going to add this into my actual sketch. So over here, starting at the top right, it moves 3 spaces over. Okay, then I can see from the other view, it goes 2 spaces down, and then 2 spaces to the right. And from there, I'll just kind of fill in the rest. So that's the front side of my object. Okay. From there, the top is pretty easy to fill in. The top only touches in this square part right here, this 3 by 3 square. So I'm going to fill that part in as well. Okay? And for more complicated objects, you can even go through and number and create points on your object. But for this basic one, we're just going to kind of fill in the sides of it. The last edge or face that I'm going to do are these 2 squares that touch the right side of it. So right here, that's going to be the right edge of it. Okay? Now I have to go in and I use my construction box and points of reference to fill in the rest. So right here, come on. Right here, I can go straight down from this corner 1 block. Okay, and then I go 3 in the width direction. Okay, I can also move 1 in the depth direction from there, and then 3 in the width direction. So that fills in this section. Okay, from this corner, I can move 1 back, and then 2 more in the depth direction to fill in this part. Okay, from there I can go up 1 here and over and across. So up 1 here and over and across. And the last 2 I want to fill in are right here and right here. So I'll go back 2 and depth-wise 2. So you can see now the importance of making sure to use light lines for your construction box and darker lines for your object lines. Okay, and I'll go ahead and, since that's a little corner, fill in that part as well. Okay, now where you can help get a little bit of distinction is to use shading. So I like to use two shades of gray. Okay, the first one is if you're making lines in one direction, and then smoothing it out. So for mine, it'll cooperate with me. I'm going to use just a highlighter with a light gray color to give a rough idea of the shading. So every single side or point of view where I see a front view, or where I'm looking at it from the front, I'm going to fill in with that lighter shade of gray. Okay? From the right view, I'll choose a darker shade of gray. So from right there, on this part, and on this part. Okay? Now if I had a pencil, I could make that a little bit cleaner, but that gives you a general idea of how you can create an isometric view using a construction box. Okay? Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Yeah, everyone can say bye.
Bye. See you later, Mom.